There's the mirror where the camera's set up. So make sure you get your balance point right. Make sure the weight isn't on your heels, it's not on your toes. It's on the balls of your feet, but because of that hip bump, it's on the inside of that right instep, right? All of this is a given now from the earlier videos. This should become very second nature. And then touching the top of your kneecaps, notice how my spine is bent forward, and that's for about a 6 iron or a 7 iron. When you're performing this exercise, it's very important that you don't do that. Can you see I've shied away from the discomfort? I've kind of just made a turn. I've got a little bit lazy here, the weight's moved, I haven't controlled it with my brace right knee. And the body changing angles, you can see my spine angles become more vertical. See how my shoulders are now turning more horizontally. Now, you can see that's just a cause for getting behind yourself. And then a move this way to try and get down to the ground. The ball is on the ground. We have to make sure that our forward bend is determined by the club shaft we're using. And then we focus on that, the ball. Although it's not there in the drill, we've got to train our body to accept that that's where the ball is. So we turn around those angles. So keep your eyes down. Expect the left shoulder to come lower, the right one will be high. And if you have got a reflective surface here in the early days, that's perfect because you need the visual so you can train yourself to realize that these angles are great, even though it doesn't feel great. It feels horribly uncomfortable, but you know that you're in the right position. Keep your eyes down now and perform them with your eyes closed. This is when the swing becomes a shape, what I mentioned earlier. It's just a turning motion. You can feel the pressure point here and the load on the instep. The right hip turns automatically. You can feel the core tightening. So if you're wearing office shoes, if you're setting up in the correct positions, you should still feel control on that right instep. Just don't turn back as far if you feel like the foot's going to go, because you aren't wearing the right shoes. Golf shoes are designed for that reason of extra grip in the right areas. So respect that you're wearing the wrong shoes, but you can still perform the drill as far as you feel like you've got control. It'll tighten the core. You can still feel the lats turning or tightening. You can feel the left shoulder going down a little bit. As you can watch a shadow and get an idea that you're also keeping a steady head. The head isn't still in golf, it's steady. Still is too contrived a thought. But you can see from shadows that you're turning the correct way. You get an idea of where your hands and arms are going to be with the club, opposite right chest. So, hold it there, and then hold it here. Again, you can see if your shadow is moving. Can you see how that would be wrong? Turning this way, right shoulder too high, maybe because of inflexibility right here. If you're not flexible enough, that will be your challenge in the beginning, is coming up too soon. But we don't want to do that. We don't want to be tied to the emotions of the result. Emotionless golf, remember. We're committing to the strike. So it's so important that we're training ourselves to be in a good position here, because that's the impact area. So get our body, feel the stretch here and the pinch. And you do that with your eyes closed after checking a reflective surface that you're in the right angles. You get the feeling again, and closing your eyes enhances that feeling. Remember, visual isn't feel. So when you're on the tee again in the afternoon for that game, you've trained your body already to be in the right golfing positions. You've got your best chance of hitting a good golf shot. You're committing to the strike, so you'll get a good contact more often than not. The fact that you're in your angles, you'll get the good strike, and then you look up and you'll see it going in the right direction. It's all about the two satisfying results from one swing. So that's the importance of when you're performing this turn drill at home or in the office. Be aware of your clothing and your footwear. Also, it's very important to make sure that you're understanding how you walk. I've made a video of how to walk. So when you post your swings to me, I want you to include a walking video. Some people are all different on how they walk. They might walk on the outside of their shoes. They might walk on the inside. They've had an injury. They ski. It's all different to the individual. So I need to understand this. So when you upload your swing, I can properly diagnose you. Just be aware, there's no shortcuts, but if you follow the structure, you'll not miss a beat.